Okay, there are multiple ways to get on Zoom for the teacher, but only one way for your students this summer or next fall, and that is by going to Schoology. And where you now see Collaborate Ultra, you will see Zoom. That's to obviously protect from Zoom bombing. So for you, one way to do it is to go to myfcpsk12.zoom.us and either join a meeting in progress, start a new one, or sign in. When you sign in, it looks like this. You have your profile, which you can change your phone number and a few other things. And then you have your meeting. And to schedule a meeting, you go here, click on it, give it a name, and you can either do a one-time meeting only, or I like to do recurring, and I put it down to no fixed time as opposed to daily, weekly, or monthly. And that way it's good forever. And you then want to keep the video and audio off so that when you enter, when your students enter the room, there's not a lot of talking. And you have a few other questions you can look to answer, and then you save. And then if you go to meetings, you can see it. So where do you get your link? So here's the one that I would have scheduled. It has the meeting ID, but you can get the link if you go inside of it. One, here's the link, the invite link, and two, here's the meeting ID. And then you have webinars, which are large ones that you won't probably have access to. Your recordings for the ones you do outside of Schoology, the ones you do with your students will be kept in Schoology. The recordings are going to ask when you do it, do you want to do it in the cloud? And there are settings, and some of them are set. So this is set. It's locked by administration, by the county, and you're going to see some of those change. Do you want to require a passcode for meetings? If yes, when you actually set up the meeting, then it will ask you to go back to the original one. It's asked you for it. Do you want to require a passcode for personal identification? I mean, you just kind of go down the steps. And again, all of your students will have to log in. So when you're doing it with colleagues, you probably don't want a password, but that's up to you. Account profile and then reports. To get in there, again, you're going to click on the meeting and you're going to just literally go here and join, and that's yours, which is different than the students. The other way to do it is it will save and you just click on it there. If you have in your desk, if you keep it down here in the toolbar, or you just click on it. I've already opened it. So one, the mic's on, the camera is not. We're going to go here and we're going to expand it. And the first thing you can, when you come in, you want to talk as a teacher, you go there and you can choose a virtual background. Probably for the county, you will have just a few choices. Security. So if I don't want anyone to chat, I just click it off. Now I can click it back. Participants, there's only one here, but this is the chat box. The chat box, when you do screen sharing, will disappear. And if you want to see what they're saying, you have to pop it out. And now you can move this wherever you want. And to get it back, you look for the dots here. They're very faint, and you just merge to the meeting window. And you can close it if you want to close it. And so that was participants. Polls. When you get here, your preset ones are down here. You just click on whatever one you want. You can edit it, and then you're going to get multiple screens that will pop up. And one more, and you can name it. And when you're done, you save it. In my case, I'm just going to click off. And I'm going to go back to the meeting and launch the poll, and then your students could do it and pick things. If you want to end it, you're going to go here. Do I want to share it, or do I want to relaunch it because it didn't work, and then share it you go there, and obviously there's no change. To get rid of it, and it has saved it, you just click on there. That's the polls. Chat, I already explained to you. But there are some things you can do in chats, and those are under the reactions. So for example, thumbs up can come here. But if a student does it, beside their name, it will put the thumbs up. And by the way, at the end of the student, you'll see 3 dots, and you're just going to right click, and you can do things like remove them, turn their sound off. There are 5 or 6 choices. So if someone wants to raise their hand, they're going to raise their hand. For here, it's just going there for you. If you had more than, if I had a student, it wouldn't show up there. It would just show up here, or it would show up by the students. So a technique is say, everybody give me a smiley face or face like that. And then you'd see all the students lined up, and you could quickly see who wasn't answering. Now to change the reactions, there are some things you can do. If you right click on your picture, you're going to go to virtual background or the one below it, and you have different things you can look at. And one of them you can go to is general. And so you can change the color of the hand, and you can answer a bunch of different questions. And then here's chat room, change my status to away for 1 minute, 2 minute, or whatever it happens to be. You want to look at your profile, you want to look at statistics, it's all there. And again, I just right clicked on your image or your video if you were doing video. Under more, we have breakout rooms. And so you can create as many or as few as you want. Assign automatically, assign manually. That's where the students can drag themselves. That's where you can drag them, or let participants choose the room. That's good if you're doing stations. And then you would create, and you can delete it. You can rename it. You can, if I had more people or any people in the room, I could assign them doing that way. I could add a room, I could recreate it, I could look at all my options. Again, these are the same I just showed you. But you also have a countdown clock here. There's not many, 10 seconds, 15, etc. Once all the rooms are open, you will see an additional screen where you can send a message to all of them. It'll just be on the main one under breakout room. And you just type, hey guys, 1 minute to go. The last thing is share screen. So if I go to share screen, the first thing is the whiteboard, and I click on it, and I go to share. And this panel, by the way, sometimes moves, and it might be up here, or you might want to have it here, just wherever you want to get it out of the way. And you notice this line goes up or down. So if I want to draw, I might want to draw a circle, and then I want to put some text in it, and the text is bigger in this case than the circle, but I can make it smaller. And then I can go in here and I can change the color, and I can even change the width and make it skinnier, or sorry, the font I can make much bigger. And I could, I could change the width of this. Again, boom, boom, boom. Now it's bigger. I could do stamps. I can erase. Let's just go erase once. Twice. I could clear, and you can clear by student or all of you. And by the way, when you're in here and your students are writing on here, you can actually see their names. So if someone's writing something they shouldn't, you know instantly who it is. Also, when the class begins, the kids will come in. They don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. You have to let them in one by one. It will show their name, not just their ID, so you know who it is. But you can clear all the drawings, your drawings or viewers' drawings. So I'm going to clear my drawings. I could have saved it. And then I can stop sharing. I can also share a tab, you know, uh, like, which is this. They would then be seeing this, or I could share, if I said share screen, let's share screen, and then you can see the green all around it, or you would be able to share the green, and I might want to do a PowerPoint presentation, and then you would just click through the presentation as you're talking, and that's the point where you would want to have the chats maybe right like that, and so you would have the chats here so you could kind of follow through, and you would see the chats. And since you're sharing your screen, you want to do it like that. If you just wanted to share the web page, the kids would not see the chat. Okay, and that's it. Hopefully this was helpful for you to see, and good luck teaching.